as the GOP gets set to use ICE and Border Patrol to try to rig the midterms, I just want to remind you all how deeply unpopular Trump's immigration policy already has been before it gets involved in trying to make sure that your vote doesn't count. And I do want to remind you as well, this is Trump's marquee issue. Remember, this is the one where he understands what the American people actually want. And you goddamn elitist coastal libs, you just don't get it. You're too woke. He knows what people want in immigration, and you're out of touch in ivory tower or whatever. Or at least that's what we've been told. But it's not really looking like that anymore, because US public approval of Donald Trump's immigration policies have fallen to the lowest level since he returned to the White House. And interestingly, he's falling especially amongst men on this topic. As of right now, according to Reuters, just 38% of respondents said that Trump was doing a good job on immigration. The rating was down from 39% the previous month, and it's down 12 points since he was inaugurated a year ago. So it continues to fall. What's interesting about that is it doesn't even really seem like the fall is that much because of like the recent Border Patrol murders in Minnesota. Like it has fallen more since then, but it had already been falling. People haven't liked any of what they've seen. You can see it charted out right here, actually. You can see overall, the disapproval has just been going up and up and up. And generally, it's not inexorable, but overall, he has been losing approval on this topic from the very beginning. And you can see broken down right here, women were never really a big fan of Trump's immigration policy, but he's fallen from above 40% approval amongst them to down to 34. But he's fallen 10 points among men. He's fallen both with those with college degrees and without college degrees, more with college than without, but really he's falling amongst all of them. And I don't know if this is a causal thing, but his approval rating is also in Reuters, it's at about 38%. They had him at 47% back when he was inaugurated. So he's lost about 20% of his supporters since the election, according to Reuters. So this is pretty significant. And again, this was supposed to be his strongest issue. And again, this is before he starts trying to scare people away from voting. And I'll remind you, Sharon, the idea is that either migrants or just like people who are citizens, but like worry that they'll be harassed probably for racist reasons, won't want to vote. But who is gonna like seeing armed soldiers at the polls? What regular like, I don't know, suburban soccer security mom is gonna like seeing that when she goes to, nobody's gonna like that. It makes it like unavoidable, the realization of what our country has begun. So anyway, what do you make of all this?
I guess I make of it this way. I know that there's a lot of stupid things that we can attribute to the Trump administration, but ultimately in politics, the goal is to, I think, make people's lives better and win. And so none of this makes sense. He took, which you and I disagree with, his most favorable issue. Why our fellow Americans, why it resonated with them, to the degree it did, I don't know, perhaps you do, but still, that was his strongest issue. And he turned it around against himself. And he hurt himself with his own supporters, and he's still not turning back. And for people who say, oh, Kristi Noem should be out of a job, sure she should. And so should Stephen Miller and all these other bums he's surrounded himself, these yes people, but ultimately it's him. He's the one who is posting things and pointing and shouting and saying, indict this one and do this. It's him. So, you can blame it on whoever you want, but this is Trump's strategy. It's why he had so much bankruptcy in his life and is a failed businessman. And he's failing at this too. He's just sees so much power. It's taken a long time to get him out of there.
Yeah. And you'll love to see it. A little bit worried about what he'll do as he gets more desperate. We've seen he's not the person he retreats on some things. He retreats on some tariffs and stuff like that. But he also loves to double down, and he doesn't feel like he can be constrained. So it gets a little bit scary when he feels like his back is against the wall.